Good day, everyone. I'll be presenting this paper titled The Potential of Big Data Analytics to Replace Managerial Decision Making. These are the findings of a systematic review. My name is Sedzani Mathoho. I'm from the University of Pretoria, and I'm also presenting this paper on behalf of my co-author, Dr. Scalability. So the reason why this paper was so important is because there's a lot of ideas and theoretical frameworks on how big data analytics tools and methods should be integrated into decision-making process to improve real-time factual decisions. These include the validation of sources, how data is acquired, processed, stored, and also it goes to embedding rule-based machine learning algorithms for specific problem domain, for validation controls, and also to meet data governance requirements together with analyzing and choosing the best option. It also goes to readdressing of those options that has been chosen. Traditional decision making depends only on intuition, trial, or experience of the decision makers. Big data analytics, however, allows the organization to have real-time data processing to support real-time decision making without altering the final results, as that can result in intuitive and biased decisions being made that are not factual and only favor specific aspect. Machines that are aimed at assisting decision makers are good at making tactical, operational, and strategic organizational decisions, but their effectiveness is only achieved through their end users. If the end users or decision makers are slow, then it will take some time for the decisions to be made. Therefore, this studies aim to find out significant benefits, the challenges posed by completely replacing decision makers with big data analytics to make informed decisions. The objectives are as follows: to examine the importance of big data analytics tools and methods to be integrated into decision-making process to enhance informed decision making. Also, to explore how big data analytics can be used to uncover valuable insights in real time for changing environment and smart strategic decisions to replace decision makers. The research methodology used here is a systematic literature review approach. Data or documents were collected from different libraries, and these are the data or documents that were published between 2014 to 2020. They were assessed, analyzed to provide a summarized report of the findings, shortcomings, and gaps in this area in question. Qualitative data analysis was also used using systematic analysis to validate the content of data collected and also the validity of the documents used. I'm going to give an overview of major outcomes or results from this study. Automated decision-making machines that replace managerial decision-making are good at making operational and tactical decisions from structured data, but they also have limitations when it comes to making strategic decisions from unstable conditions, which is difficult to validate. To replace managerial decision-making at operational and tactical levels and still maintain the quality decisions, humans are then advised to be involved at the early stages of automated decision-making process in order to build decision models with the right validation controls, objectives, and quality data sources. These humans include decision makers and also data analytics team. In problem domains that need strategic decision making, automated decision making is usually used to assist managerial decision makers, not to replace them. However, managerial decision makers evaluate the results before decisions are implemented to avoid altering the final decisions. Decision maker can then point the search to readdress those decisions and also point it to the right quality data sources. The main reasons why decision makers will still be required to make the final decision is because human values are not limited to experience. Tacit knowledge and cognitive capabilities are difficult to represent computationally. There is a potential to replace managerial decision making due to its efficiency, effectiveness, convenience, elimination of bias, correctness, and the quality of big data analytics decisions, even for strategic decision, as long as there's a proper governance in place, and that governance need to be embedded on the decision-making process to make it autonomous. And there also should be a collaboration between all parties, which include decision makers and also big data analytics at an early stage of decision making to build the best decision model for that particular problem domain. After decisions have been made, decision makers can be replaced by algorithms that will evaluate the decisions and readdress them in order to find new knowledge to evaluate the decisions taken by the system. Decision maker at this point can also point the search to the right data sources in order to get more data. However, decision makers and analytics team need to be involved throughout the whole decision-making process to point the search in the right direction that will align with the business strategies and objectives, and also to validate the results for cases difficult to represent computationally. Decisions completely based on big data are better decisions since they're based on evidence and learning experience from multiple sources, and also the scope collaborations, unlike decision based on perception with no supporting evidence. The advantage of big data driven decision making is that it reduces the impact that politics and also the power have over decision making in organizations. This can somehow eliminate the power struggles that happen in organizations. Data-driven decision-making is associated with increased productivity as well as better performance, since organizational complexity does not affect the rapidity in which decisions are made. Replacing managerial decision-making for stable conditions for structured data speed up the time it takes to implement decisions, unlike in a case where managers from different roles still need to make decisions. There are, however, challenges that are associated to data-driven decision-making. Big data is collected from multiple sources, and this includes structured and unstructured sources, including social media, and often the data quality is poor due to data inconsistency, noise, inadequacy, or duplication, language, and also formats of the data. Information overload is one of the main challenges. Inefficient storage, infrastructure costs, inaccessibility and unavailability of data, security breaches, skill shortage, ownership and control, as well as organizational complexity. The implementation problems include data governance issues. Consistent monitoring, protection, and auditing are required to conform to data governance requirements. Human aspects or cognitive capability cannot be represented computationally, and it's very difficult to evaluate decisions due to information overload or inaccessibility of data. Complexity of systems. There's a lack of techniques and technologies to detect issues, especially those caused by outside events that are not part of automated decision-making system. Communication of pattern. Although big data tools have the capability to convert source data in an understandable way, it is difficult to process some data formats and languages such as African languages like Arabic, which is very difficult to use. Scalability. It's very difficult for organizations to build a dynamic environment to accommodate all unforeseen changes in real time. Trust and fairness. Humans are more likely to trust autonomous decision making if it's fair. It is still very challenging to ensure that automated decision making is built in a way that humans feel that their human dignity is respected and that they're treated approximately as humans and not as numbers. In conclusion, Organizations can completely replace managerial decision makers for structured data in stable conditions. However, when dealing with unstructured data or unstable conditions, decision makers should use the machine as a supporting tool, and decision makers still need to validate the decisions to prevent errors and violation of data governance requirements. Text conversion is an important activity to get the right insight. Therefore, it is ideal for African continent to build a complete list of vocabularies for African languages, including Arabic. There's still an appetite for work that focuses on validation controls in an unstable condition. There's an opportunity to work on guidelines and laws that stipulate what the acceptable limits of machine errors can be, and also to educate the African culture about the benefits of advanced machines through media to enhance social acceptance in African human environments. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all from me. Thank you so much.